since we've done a server. So let's go ahead and let's do another one here. This is for City of Heroes. For those of you that remember, it was actually really fantastic for its time. You know, you could mix and match powers and just create your own superhero. It was kind of fun. So anyway, here we are on ouro dev, our dev. Anyway, COH server. Now we could follow all these steps, download all this software, and just manually do all this stuff. But you know what? We're going to make this quick. We're going to make this easy. So we're going to go over here, and we have virtual machines and self-installer. Yay! All right. So these are, as it says, torrent links. So you need BitTorrent, uTorrent, um, QBitTorrent, some kind of client. But it recommends Qbit. So I already do have these. These are not actual links you click on. What you would do is you would right click, copy the link, and then you would paste the link into your client. So apparently these are not, oh, give me a second here. Here it is. Let's go over here. So, nope, over here. So you would do this. You would click here, and then right here where the URL is where you would paste it for like BitTorrent or QBitTorrent. You would paste that right there that you just copied. So you would right click, copy link, and then paste it over there. But I've already done that, so good times. Now I'm not going to do the complete install because I have already installed this. I did a whole nother video, but apparently it made my voice echoey like in a hallway or something. So I'm like redoing the video, but I don't feel like doing the whole the install again. And plus it shows my IP address in that. So and I don't edit my videos, so I'm not gonna do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here. This is the file you download. You're gonna need 7-zip to open it up. WinZip won't do it because it's a 7Z file. So you're going to drag this out, which I will actually do. And give it a minute to do its thing here. I've already taken out XAMPP or XAMPP or whatever the hell they want to call it. That's supposed to be a web page, so you can have people create their own accounts. And we're going to try to set that up here too. It doesn't. I've never gotten it to work following their instructions, but we're just going to try to read through them real quick. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Let's let this finish. Like I said, I'm not actually going to run this. I'm going to get it started just to show you what you're looking at. Come on. So that way you can't say that, oh, well, you know, he just said click this and it runs. No, there's a little more to it than that. So if you want this to be accessible externally, it'll pop up an option and ask if you want to use your internal IP or some custom or your internet IP, and you select internet IP. You're gonna want to go to like DuckDNS. So you go to DuckDNS, and then give me a second. I'm not going to go to DuckDNS because it'll show my IP address. So DuckDNS, you're going to create a name, whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it, and then you put in your current IP address. So you're going to use something like coh.duckdns.org, right? So that is what you're going to end up, putting at the end of the file. I'll show you all this. I'm just kind of going over it. So you just need a DuckDNS account, which I believe it allows a Google login actually. And then you're going to need to open ports on your router. So that is going to be, what are we looking at? We are looking at, I know you can't see, I'm pulling up my my router right now so I can get you the ports that you want and what you're going to need while it's doing this thing here. So Let me screenshot that. All right, so these are the ones that I had to open up to actually get it to work. Can I enlarge that? Yeah, there we go. Now you should be able to read them. You got a UDP port in there. Don't forget that. You got a couple of them, 7,000 to 7,200. These are the ports I chose. I'm sure you can figure out how to change them somewhere, somehow, but right now, these are the ones I'm using. And these seem to be just the default when you install it. These seem to be the default ones. All right, so it is now done. So when you open it, it's a virtual machine, so yeah, it may take a run a little slower. So the README is the same thing as on the web page, which I don't think I've shown you. Where are you? Oh no, I did show you. That's right. I started out with that. There it is. So it'll install all this in its initial setup. But that's all the README is just that written all over again. So you're going to right click. It doesn't say to do this, but I run it as administrator anyway. So we're going to click yes. Now I'm not actually going to do this, but it says, it'll make changes listed. Yes. Now if it goes through it, it goes through it. I'll just screw myself on this one. Or it'll just create a second server. Not sure which, but whatever. Alright, it's doing more than I wanted it to right now. I didn't think it was going to do this until after it asked me the other questions. Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind. Cancel. Okay, after the setup, after it does everything. Alright, sorry about that. I got confused. Okay, so after it's done all that, then... Oh, what are you doing? Come on. Open up. There we go. Inside, you're going to find, inside that folder is another folder, which is going to say something different. I labeled this one this, so I could have this. So there's our zip file still. So this is what you're going to end up with. When it's done doing that whole thing, which it only takes like 2 minutes at most to install all the run times and everything it needs to, you're going to run configure your server. So you're just going to double click that. Now this I'm not going to run through. So you want to click yes, or well, not click, but hit Y because you do want to configure it. The next question is going to ask you, do you want to use your local IP, your internet IP, or custom? You're going to select, if you want it to be external, you're going to select your internet IP. The next question is going to be, what's your shard name? It must be one word. I made the mistake the first time and gave it 2 words, and it completely screwed everything up, and I had to delete all the files and everything and start over. And so it must be one word. And after that, it does its thing and it's done. I mean, it literally is that fast. So when you're done with that, you're going to click Startup Server. So after Startup Server, which we're going to go ahead and do now, and it's going to put a bunch of icons down here, a whole bunch of them. So as long as your server ID is 1, although, there we go. Now it's starting. There we go. I was a little concerned it was taking too long. Usually it fires up pretty quick. But again, virtual machine running a little slower. So you can see all your servers, everything needed. Your queue server, chat, account, I don't know what the turnstile is for. The stat server, your raid, your mission, arena, auctions, map servers, all the good stuff. Apparently I can't shrink that. But there's even more. Loading all the crap here. You'll get the occasional little like error, or can't find a file or something like that, and that's fine. This is a work in progress. Version, was it 2.3 or something is due? I don't know when it's due. This is a 2i210, and they're looking on 2i3 is the next one they plan on releasing, but there's no date or anything. It was updated a few months ago saying that they're still working on it. All right, so that one's done. And then this one here is more of a visual, and it should load up the map server when I log in. All right, so once all that is done, all right, then what you're going to do is, here's the game right here. It actually comes with the game, by the way. You don't have to go try to find it. The client's right here. This is your game. So what you're going to do is you're going to right-click on your exe. Now you can copy this wherever you want. And if you go to duckdns, like I said, I'm not going to log into it. So you can sign in with Google, and then there'll be an empty box, two empty boxes. One is for a name, and the other is for your external IP address. So just put in whatever name you want. Like I said, COH. It may be taken already, but my point is, whatever. COH, and then your external IP address. All right, and then you open those ports on your router, and that should be all you need to access it remotely. So once it's done, upgrading, installer, let's see here, prerequisites, where is, trying to show you what you're supposed to put in at the end. Where's client setup? Client setup is not in this page. All right. Let's see, does the README have it? Yep, here we go. So here it is. So after you do the duck DNS, you open up the ports on your router, your server's all running. You're going to right click on, let's go ahead and just sort of do this. So you're going to right click here, and you are going to go to, no, we don't want properties. Hold on. We want a shortcut first. So you're going to have to do that, create a shortcut, and you're going to right click the shortcut and go to properties. So here is the target, which is what you're sort of looking for. Then you're going to go to Notepad here. You're going to copy this. Copy. And then where it says .exe, put a space and paste it. Then right here, oh wait, no, because you don't want those less than, greater than signs either. Right there is where you put in your duck DNS thing you put in. So it would be coh.duckdns.org. You don't need HTTP and none of that stuff. Just put it directly in, or as it says, your IP address. It's just easier to give people like a website like coh.duckdns.org than it is to tell them, hey, 95.328. It's a lot easier. So anyway, then you change that. Now, I have one already. So let's go ahead and find it. Give me a second to find that folder here. This PC, let's go pull up all my drives. I think it's on. I'm looking for my. All right. So I took it off the server and I copied my client over here. So here's my shortcut. Again, I'm not going to open it. It's got my IP address in there. So now when you run it, turn the volume down. All right, I guess what I should have done also was while it will load up, one thing we did, well, it'll load up and be fine. You just won't have an account. You have to go to account tool. So while it is loaded up, none of this will work. It's not like the EverQuest server where you just put in an account name and password and it'll just log you in. It'll create an account for you. Here you have to do this. You connect it. Once the server's running, you connect to the database. You can manage your accounts. And there it is. There's the account that, come on. Make it one page. There we go. So you would click add, this would be empty. You'd have add account. So you would click add account, enter your information that you want. Then you'll have this. Yep, come on. See, there's the server. Not so heroic. And there's the character I made to test. Yep, it'd be faster, I guess, if I put it on an SSD, huh? But here it is. Here's the game. There you go. This is just the tutorial level, by the way, so that's why it's not so busy in that you talk to this guy, you know, you kind of learn your way around the game. But anyway, there you have it. Let's quit and quit to desktop and exit now. And this is using like the internet, you know, the external address. I said exit now. There we go. And of course, you can shut your server down right here as well. Now, you can also start up all maps. So instead of just the one right here, it'll load all the maps. But I wouldn't recommend it. It'll load up maps as needed as well, so you don't have to keep them all running. So you know, you can take a look at these, at all these other different things down here and see what they're showing. You know, anyway. So to cover, you unzip it. You run the initial setup, which will install all the files. You configure your server. One word for the server name, by the way. And even if you go in the files and put quotes in that, I don't think that works either. I tried that and I still had issues, so I just had to wipe everything and start over. So you start up the server. You create your account tool, or you create your account using the account tool. Put the client wherever you actually want to play from. If it's the same as the PC you're on, great. If you're like me on a virtual machine, you want to copy this to your, you know, move it to your main PC that you plan on using. Then you edit your shortcut. And let's see here. Oh, yep, you got your duck DNS. You need to set that up, or something similar to that. It's free at duck DNS, so go ahead and use it. And then you open the ports on your router. Then you can log in. So those are the steps for that. So let's go ahead and let's see what it says about the XAMPP or XAMPP or whatever you want to call it. All right. Extract the XAMPP self-installer onto your computers. Recommend that you don't use the program files directory or any other protected locations that have permissions. Okay, great. Open the XAMPP folder and run setupxampp.bat. Choose option 1 to refresh settings. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just put that in the same folder. All right, it's saying to run setup, I believe it said, right? We extracted it. We open the XAMPP folder, run setup XAMPP, and choose 1 to refresh settings. Okay. I'm going to run this as administrator as well. Probably don't need to, but again, I don't want to cause a problem with it. Test PHP with PHP. The system cannot find the path specified. See? Now what is this? Yeah, see, this is, what the hell. So, okay, this is a problem you might run into. I don't know if it copied it or not. Control C. So we want 2008 runtimes. All right. Ah. Wait, really? Is it the service pack? I don't know. We'll go ahead and we'll just download them anyway. I mean, it just says security update though, so I don't know. I don't think that's it. I think I wanted the actual runtime. I'm hoping that if the update sees it's not installed, it'll actually install the actual thing. There, looks like it may have done it. I don't know. We'll see. Close that. Nope. Damn it. Come on. Yeah, I hate Bing. Don't get me started on that. That's a, maybe it needs a restart because it looks like it just sent me back to the same thing. This is a redistributable. Oh, that's 2010. I'm sure I got the right one. Yeah, that's the same one I just looked at. You know, let's go ahead and let's stop the server. All right, this just seems to run forever. I always seem to have to manually close this one. Like, for some reason, it just doesn't shut down on its own. Right, let's give it a quick restart here. I think I ran into this last time too. Because I have done this before. I've customized my XAMPP page thing. Oh wait, that's not the right one. I don't need to close it. I can just go here. All right. XAMPP. Didn't do administrator this time, but there it goes. Okay. It says refresh. All right, that was option one. So I guess I had to restart after I downloaded those files. Okay. Okay. Yep. So we extracted it. We ran that on the line for Apache. Press start. Oh wait, what did it say to run? Run xampp control exe. So that one. On the line for Apache, press start. You should now be able to browse to the portal. Oh, we got to allow. Okay. And it's saying we should be able to access it here. Well, that's a positive. It's already coming up something. There it is. Okay. This isn't external at the moment. Right now it's only internal. But it does allow a username, password, or change your password. Create your account or change your password. In order to download the client, actually, I have a different one going. So, all right. Okay, so this does seem to be working now. Let's see, wonder what IP to access this externally. Oops. Come on, man. No, I don't want downloads. History. I don't think it shows anything in the installer here. Um, there's a folder. Then you'll find a manifest. Okay. You need to copy the client files, location. Okay. Add cream soda or tequila to this folder. Not quite sure what those are. We'll have to look them up, I guess. Ports need are 80 and 443. All right. Well, 80 and 443 are already taken on my system, so I have to go in and change them in the config here. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop it. Oh, stops over here because I'm blind. Now, I actually already have a version of this. Should be on my network. For some reason, it doesn't automatically just allow me access to my server. Now, if I close it, suddenly I can access it. Here I have xampp right here. I'm just going to control A all that. We're going to copy it. And we're going to paste it all in here. And we're going to overwrite everything. Okay, yeah, this is taking a bit. I want to pause this for a moment because this is definitely taking way too long. I'll be right back after this is done copying. Alright, let's see if I screwed this up or not. The version I'm copying over is just I ended up changing the ports to 8012 and 8013, I believe. Because my 80 and 443 or whatever are taken. Oh, there we go. It's done. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's see. So we want to run the control. If we look at the config, service and port settings. Yeah, 8012 and 8013. So yeah. So that's what I changed there. think that's all you would need to do is change them there and then restart everything. Oh, wait, this may be due to a blocked port, missing dependencies, and proper crash. Shut down by not press the log button. Server data does not include an ID. What? Okay, yeah, whatever. All right, so let's just do this again. Let us go ahead and we'll just delete this. Now it's already open. And we need to end that task. And we'll just try it straight from the beginning. Again, these are issues you may run into, especially if you start moving stuff around to other servers and you want to reset stuff up. I think I know what I actually did wrong as to copying it over, but I'm sorry. We can start this over here, and we want to run setup xampp.bat, refresh it. All right. So we're going to go to control. We're going to configure it. 12, 8013. I think that's the only place I need to put it. May or may not be. I do not know. Let's find out. Now, I don't have the firewall open on this thing either. See, it says 80 and 443, and it shouldn't. Unless, of course, that is local and it just changed the external one. Let me see. It is not accessing it externally. I'm testing it over here on another screen. So I'm thinking that's not it. Yeah, so it's not even working for a local host because it's looking for 8012 and it wants to be on 80. So there is someplace else I need to change it. I just don't know where it's at. I know it was more than just in here, I think. It's right there. MySQL is fine. See, those are fine. So I just want Apache. Don't want shell. Oh wait, what about stop with all this stuff? I got all this stuff popping up. Look, now it's all wonky and screwed up. Hold on. Come on. Sure, we can get rid of 7-zip for now. There we go. What's config? Apache HTTP. Server root. The only thing I want to mess with are ports. See, listen on 8012. Let's try that. Well, now we got 8012, and that is the 443 would be something else. But the good news is if we open a page.
because we don't want to be attacking anymore. And that's all we need to do in this action. So we don't have any hard-coded stuff in here. It all comes from a scriptable object that gets injected automatically for us by the system, and we can refer to that while we're performing the action.
There he is. Sorry. That was entertaining. All right. So anyway, if we were to go, well, hold on. Where's the web page? There it is. coh.notso.website. Create your account, download the client files from here, unzip on the hard disk, update the shortcut to Orvos, etc. I mean, this is the default from them. Then you can download cream soda or tequila, which, I don't think it actually, yeah, see, it has nothing to download. So you can change all this. But anyway, that's actually how you would do it. So hold on, let's do that again. Let's pull that back up. See if it actually does work. I don't know. We'll go not so EP, and we'll just throw in a password real quick, and we will create account. No, don't need to save it. So then it says you can download, which you can't download from here yet, see, because we haven't set that up. You need to go in and set up these locations so your friends and that can download it. So now that we've done that, let's run the shortcut. Oh wait, we don't need to do this. Hold on. We don't need to run this. We can go back to here, back into our COH, and we can go to the account tool. Manage accounts. And apparently it didn't save it. Okay. Well, that's interesting. You can see my character. Yeah. Give it access level 11. Come on. Back home. Oh, wait, the server's not even running. I think that's a default. Hold on, server's not even running. Start up server. I think the server has to be running for that to actually work. Because it can't connect to the database if the database isn't running. Although the database could have been running in the background. Like never stopped. Even though I shut the server down, the database might still continue to run. Eventually it'll connect. I'm just waiting for all the servers to come up. There it goes. See? Successfully connected. All right. So I already checked previously, and there was nothing in there for manage accounts. There's just the one account. Okay. Let's go back to the web page. Let's do this again. Stop it. Oh, must be 8 to 16 characters. Okay. There we go. Stop asking. Account successfully created. Maybe that was the issue the first time. I didn't even have to run the server. I didn't even read what that said. There you go. Now it's got a second player. Go ahead and delete it. Now it's gone. All right. So in here is where we should be able to change the file that it pulls up. Is it an htdocs? No. Yeah, I don't know exactly where that file is. Huh. I don't think it's in WebDAV. Is it index? No, just the test page. Okay. See, I want that page. That's what I want. Because that's the one that you want to modify. It's usually index.html. It's usually what it is. I just don't know where to find it. Anyway, you can figure that out on your own, probably. I figure it would be here in Apache, because this is the actual web server itself. Nope, that's not it. That's kind of driving me nuts. Yeah, I don't want to mess with the SSL stuff. Anyway, when I made those changes for the port, I'm using Cloudflare tunneling and Nginx proxy manager, NPM. So that's how it was. That it was quick and easy for me to switch this over. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pause this while I look for what I'm doing and maybe show my web page. So hold on a moment. Okay. It's been a little bit. I was in the right place, but I was looking for the HTML file, but it's actually PHP. So here it is right here. It's in the XAMPP HT docs. It's index PHP, and with that, you have this like to create an account, enter username, password, click create your account. If you have an account, want to change your password, etc. So it says City of Heroes, Freedom Account Portal, and let's see, that is. Oh, okay. Is that up here? Yeah, it's up here. It's at the tag at the top. Let's just go ahead and change that. We'll keep City of Heroes. We'll just get rid of the Freedom Account Portal. We'll just do City of Heroes. We save that. We may have to restart the server. Not sure about that. Nope. There it is right there. You can see it changed it. So this is the file that we want to change. So with that in mind, you can see that it has all this stuff here. So I'm going to pause real well. I don't have to pause it. I may break it. We'll see what happens. It should just be that. So off my server, like I tried to do last time, we will go to house storage, XAMPP, HT docs. I think this is a different one. We're going to copy that. And what we're going to do is we're going to do that because I don't want to screw that up. And paste it. Now let's see how bad that messes things up. All right, so we got this. All right, looks like that was a default one then. Nope, it's not default. You can see that it's changed. Yeah, about this server, 1524. This is what I used before. So you can see I removed the tequila and whatever client from down here. And I put the actual directions on how to set it up. Yep, and there it is on the Google Drive. All right, so that is now accessible externally and tells you how to set it up, how to log in and play. Sorry for the whole delay in this. Let's quick shot this one last time, and this would be at the 45-minute mark. Good time for that. You're going to unzip Ouroboros, and this is what you get here. You're going to run your install bat, and that's going to create a folder. Well, in that folder, it's going to create all this, except for that, of course, that's that. So it'll create all this. So then what you're going to do is you're going to configure your server. Answer the question. If you want to do it externally, you set up a duckdns.org account. Then you open up, I don't have the picture anymore, you open up the ports on your router. Let's see here, after you've configured it, let's see here, then you want to start up your server. Once the server's started, you can then create an account from the account tool. Then in the client, you want to make a shortcut, and you want to edit that shortcut to add that stuff at the end. And then you should be able to log in and play. Then you can do the XAMPP if you want. Now, in order to get that one to work, just so you know, I went into config, service and ports. I changed my ports because, of course, 80 and 443 were already in use. So I did it there. Then what you need to do is go into your config, and you have to change your HTTPD, I believe it was. And anyway, anywhere you want to change them. So let me go back in. We'll check this out real quick just to see and make sure that's the right one. Yep. So this one still said 80, so I changed it to 8012. And you want to scroll on down. There's another location somewhere in here. I forget where it's at. You'll just have to scroll down. Look, there's another location, I believe, that actually asks for port 80. But anyway, you want to change that to an 8012 as well. So that's the HTTPD. Then the HTTP to SSL, you want to go in and change. There's two spots for that. There's 8013 there, and then 8013 here, because usually 443 is SSL. So as you can see now, I got ports 8012 and 8013 open, and the external web page works and everything's fine. So that was the quick rundown. So with that, best of luck. Sorry if it's confusing. If you have any questions, just ask.